Hey, good morning, traders. It's Thursday, 7:30 a.m. on the East Coast, and BTC is currently at $8,102. Lots to go through today. Let me first get this link out to the community. Let's see where the live link is. Usually it takes a second. The thing is, when you do videos like this, it takes a while still to get prepared. Aside from just doing your analysis, you have to figure out, what picture to put up, what to talk about, how the market's looking. There's all kinds of stuff that goes behind it. People think it's just going live and just doing analysis, but there's usually a previous 1 hour prep time that we go through, and then you go live. So we put in a lot of work, folks, and I hope you understand that this isn't easy what we do. And on top of managing videos, I'm also trading through the entire day, okay, and managing this Cryptosomniac community. So we put in a lot of hard work. Me, Jordan, our other analyst, and Jason, our other analyst. So I hope you guys recognize that and give us a thumbs up, or even just leave us a comment of thank yous. It really helps sort of keep the morale of our other analysts and myself get going, right? So, going live, about to discuss lots of BTC analysis. All right. Got to get people excited. It's morning time. All right. All right. Here we go. This community I'm a part of as well. Let's see. That'd be funny if it tags everyone in this Facebook group. And do you guys use Brave browser, by the way? I wanted to ask because Brave has a unique ability to be able to tip us. So if you are watching this YouTube video, you can click here, send tip like that. It may say that we're not yet verified, but we definitely are. Or you can go to the Cryptosomniac website and do that as well. I'm almost certain that we are verified. It's just not showing up for some reason. But yeah, guys, Brave is a really awesome browser because, I don't know if you guys know, but it does not track user data individually. Like it does not, it masks your privacy. Okay, so all it really collects is just your browsing behavioral data without revealing your identity of who you are, where you are, etc. Okay, I find that really fascinating, and also I have not seen ads ever on Brave unless I turn them on. Okay. That's the one unique thing about Brave is, they're paying you to watch ads. So if you do watch ads, they'll eventually pay you to do so. Okay. So I don't know. I find that really interesting. I think the world is really changing for the better as, crypto comes in and puts out all these different projects that are questioning the status quo, right? So I think it's really fascinating. I think I'm gonna put one up right here, and then I'll be done soon. Okay. Give me 1 second. Over here as well. All right. Okay. So now that we're done with that, one thing I wanted to show you guys is something cool. Okay. So yesterday I spotted a quick and easy scalp trade. Okay. I was going to buy right here at 133, and toward 137 I was going to sell. Okay. I wanted to catch that 65 EMA bounce right there. Okay. My stop was 132.1. Okay, so let me first show you guys exactly how I saw this trade going, why I got in where I did, and why I got out, and how I got my quick and easy scalp. Okay, so let's go on the 30-minute chart. Okay, so I caught my trade, I think somewhere around here. Okay, And what I did was I set my stop just a hair under this wick right here. So right around this area right here. Okay, because I knew for the most part that if this structure comes down further, then it will break down more. Okay, so you can see right here, okay, when I bought in right around this region, I sold actually up here. Okay, so I didn't quite sell at 137, but I sold at 135. Okay, that's a nice 1.5% gain. And that was literally, guys, from this candle right here, 3 or 4 candles up. I sold somewhere around this candle, so it was hour and a half for a 1.5% quick scalp, right? So, I mean, if you're playing with, say, $10,000 and you're trading with that, 1.5% is a nice, $150 right there, right? I don't know. I think that's a couple of nice dinners. So this is, sort of the unique advantage that I provide. Again, this is not investment advice. I said, I'm going to do this, okay? I'm going to scalp this. So if you want to follow, you can, okay? And clearly people did, and they made some good money. So, you can see our community members hating because we took profit early, but they're used to, quick scalps like this. They love to get in, get out, and then head out to a nice dinner with your gains, right? So I think it's really cool that the crypto market and trading actually becomes a game when you start to understand that not everything needs to be a hodl position. Not everything needs to, have big catalyst events behind it. Even though I know LTC does have its halving, sometimes you can just get in, scalp when there's blood in the streets and everyone thinks we're going to go down to like $100 or something. Get in at the time where you see your technicals lining up, scalp the trade, set your stop, wait for a moderate target and just get out. Okay. It's a easy way to learn how to trade without getting emotionally attached to the project itself. And then you start thinking, guys, in terms of the value of the technicals rather than the price at which you're paying for something. When you know that you're just getting in at X spot and getting out at Y spot, it doesn't matter what X and Y is. Okay, it could, X could be $1,000, Y could be 1,500. It doesn't matter. The gain is a gain, right? So that's something that I want to teach and impress upon in our community, and we do so every single day. Okay, that's just one of many positions. As you can see right now, I'm in other positions right now. Okay, I'm in BTC, which is 3% of my capital. Average entry, excuse me, 8,135, ETH 254, LTC average 139, BCH 395, and EOS 6.37. Most of these are actually up right now. And this is how I trade, folks. So this community is, nothing but looking inside my head and, seeing how I go through the ways of trading, how I analyze certain positions, how I risk manage my positions, how I even hedge my bets. So let me give you a perfect example. Okay, so I got into LTC thinking that, we're going to be continuing our uptrend, but I totally forgot that we are at the top of this channel right here. Okay, so even though I bought, somewhere around this region, what I really want to do now is get rid of my position right around this area right here, 139 to 142 when it gets back up there. And then I want to let go of that position until it falls to the bottom of this channel. Okay, why am I doing that? Because the technicals tell me that at present point, this is really the channel that we're in. Okay, this is what's going on. That's 4 touches right there. That validates the channel. This is the 5th touch. I'm almost certain that the 6th touch will come somewhere around here. Okay, so the 6th touch will come probably around anywhere between 118, 119 and 124, okay, over the next couple of days, if, LTC keeps falling straight down. All right, so that's the thing, right? You have to be able to figure out that, okay, if I made a mistake basically, buying close to the top in terms of technicals, it's not about how high or low you're buying the price. All right, LTC could go to $200, but it doesn't matter, right? I mean, you can get rid of your position and wait for better structure in terms of technicals. That's what's important, okay? And in this case, this was not the wisest position to be in, okay? Now, here's the thing. I also have a medium-term entry, which has an average of 128, okay? This one I'm holding for specifically the halving catalyst, all right? This one has a different reasoning than the technicals that I play for my short-term positions, okay? So I'm definitely going to leave this position open, all right? But this one right here, I'll definitely be closing over the next 24 hours if price gets back up, okay? So this one right here, I don't mind holding for another month as is. If worst case scenario, I'll even average down and add on to this, all right? But this, current position that I'm in terms of the short term, that is not wise. If I'm playing pure technicals, I'm happy to admit that I made a mistake. I did not keep this channel in mind. I was probably looking at like a 2-hour time frame or something, and didn't see where this trend line was coming from. So I made a mistake on that. So now I'm gonna let go of my position and then buy back down here. Okay, so let's go to BTC first. All right. I know I just spoke a lot about LTC. So I know everyone wants to hear about how Bitcoin is doing. So our favorite BTC is doing fantastic in my opinion. After breaking out of this ascending triangle right here to the upside like that, okay, we've now come close to retesting the highs of this range of the triangle, the top of this triangle as support. You can see bounce candle right there, doji or indecision, another doji right there, and now I expect at some point to get a pretty sizable bullish candle all the way towards 82 to 8300. Okay, something like this I expect to occur. All right, and with that being said, our next target again becomes 82 to 8300 bucks, this range right there. Okay, beyond that, okay, I would say the next real marker is probably like 8800 to 9000. Okay, if we do get over this, I think there's going to be a pretty decent FOMO taking us towards 9000, but then I think we'll move sideways, kind of like this right here. Okay, like I think right around 9000, I think we'll move sideways like this, consolidate, and then head up for a big leg up towards 10,000 or 11,000. Okay, I'm fairly confident in this structure happening now because we've broken a couple things. Okay, let me show you guys. All right, let's take a look on the 6-hour chart. Oops. Here's the XPT chart that I had mocked up, and I was fairly confident yesterday that this thing, if candles do not break out of it, then we're going to go down further, right? But it did break out. I had a small short position right here. I can show you guys. All right. I stated yesterday I bought some $7,000 or 7,000 puts on the options deribit platform, and then I also had a perpetual short position. Again, this was a very small position, less than 1% capital. I took about maybe a 3 or 4% loss on it. It's really not a big deal, guys. I mean, this is part of trading. Being able to like stomach your losses is something that eventually you just become proud of, because you're like, you think to yourself that, okay, I took a chance on something that looked good in terms of technicals. It wasn't about getting greedy. It wasn't about, buying low at the lowest price or selling at the top. It's about pure technicals. And when you become just a pure technicals trader, it really just does become a game. You start seeing things from a different vantage point of understanding, not needing to predict, but rather understanding that things can break out either way. So let me just hedge my bets in one direction or the other that has more favorable odds in terms of technical probabilities. Okay, so I hope that helps. Beyond that, now what I see is, even over here, once we broke out of this descending parallel channel, descending broadening wedge, we broke out above this symmetrical triangle as well. And now we're also testing that symmetrical triangle. Again, we're going to be targeting that $82 to $8,300 area. Excuse me. $82 to $8,300 area. At least on BitMEX, that's the price range, and then head on up higher towards 8,800 or so. Okay, so I think it's going to be a really interesting weekend coming up. Today is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Saturdays and Sundays we don't see that much activity in price action, but tomorrow we might. The rest of today and tomorrow we might. So I think this is definitely going to be a really interesting weekend of price action where people are either going to be loading up on longs or spot buy positions. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. I wanted to check out the daily chart. You can see over here on the daily, this was a very clean and successful bounce off the $7,600 area, and now we're heading up towards that next resistance point, like I showed you earlier, right around the $8,200 marker. And then beyond that, really the next resistance is up here, $8,800 or so. Okay, so even the daily chart shows you, that exactly. All right. And 4 hour we talked about. Let's see over here if that weekly chart is over here. I want to show you that previous weekly doji that we were seeing. I would say thus far it's definitely been negated. Let me see. Here's that weekly chart. Okay, so here's the thing about this weekly, guys. We have 3 more days left in this weekly. Okay, in 3 more days, if we do cross above this monthly and weekly pivot and we close above it, okay, which also happens to be the low of this candle right here. Okay, the low of this candle is 8,000 flat. Okay, this doji right here. If we close above this level, as is, say 8,100 or even higher, this is going to be a very bullish sign. Okay, because what this will imply is that even though prices were pressured down on the weekly chart, there is a swift bullish recovery on the following weekly. And this then opens up our targets for that 9,000 high, and then this big block that I had stated earlier, which is about 9,600 all the way to about 12,000. This becomes our target region then. Okay, so I'm going to stretch this out just a little bit. Okay, right there, right about there. Okay, that region becomes our target. All right, and you can see that right here in July, I've stated that I expect 10,000 to be hit somewhere in the middle of July. Okay, and so far it seems like we're decently that's coming true. Okay. One other thing that I wanted to mention is, let's see, I think it's the total market cap of crypto. Okay, maybe over here actually. Maybe it's total one. Oh, actually it's total. There's so many different indicators, or I'm sorry, symbols. What is this? Total transport? I don't know what this is. Okay. Well, anyway, I had actually posted this right here. Let me show you guys. Again, if you join the Cryptosomniac community, guys, all this stuff, this analysis that I do, the Cryptosomniac Advantage members get it, a day before, even, before that sometimes, right? Here's the total market cap of crypto, okay? This is including BTC. You can see currently that we are flipping a couple of support and resistance levels on the total crypto market cap. Okay, first level right here, which is the $224 billion level. Once it was broken, we went as high as the Previous resistance right around 283, but then we came back down, retested 224 as support, and now we're probably going to reach back up farther, okay, into that $283 billion range. This is something that's really interesting as a chart, because you can see basically how alts and BTC are looking as a whole, okay? You can still do technicals on the crypto market cap, because this is just a composite of Bitcoin as well as all the other alts. So I think the next big resistance is that $283 billion market cap, and I would probably say if my targets for Bitcoin to be hitting 10,000 is mid-July or so, I would say this market cap should get there around that same time too, okay? Because they all move in unison anyway, right? Okay, let me see what else I need to go to. I need to go through some alts, so let me first go through that real quick. I had stated that BNB was a beautiful buy somewhere around here, okay? And I stated that because this looked like a massive bull flag, all right? Another thing to point out about BNB is that whenever you see the Bollinger Bands, tightening like this right here, you see a big explosion, okay? You see the Bollinger Bands tightening right here, you see a big explosion. You see the Bollinger Bands tightening here too. So what do you think is gonna happen next? I think we're gonna head towards $37 to $39, okay? That's going to be the next big target for BNB, all right? So currently you're at 35, okay? Let's see. From here to here, about $40 or so, $39, that's about 12.3%, guys. That's going to be a big gainer on BNB. I think this is a fantastic chart. Even the MACD's about to cross on the daily chart right here. The RSI is picking up as well, about to head into overbought territory. So I would say that the RSI probably gets into that overbought territory as price of BNB reaches that $39 to $40 target that we just spoke about. Okay. I think BNB probably looks one of the best charts. There's a few other charts that I wanted to look at. Let's see. Ethereum is one. I think Ether chart over here is better. So Ether, guys, is going to look beautiful now because it has now basically broken a large descending trend line right there. Okay, here's the thing. This was at play for Ether. Okay, now that it's broken out and touched that descending trend line right there as support, this is Ether's journey towards 300 to 350. All right. First things first, it needs to get over 266 or so, and then head up towards the top of this wedge, the top of this broadening wedge around 295 or 300. Okay. I think this was basically a perfect inverse head and shoulders. Here's that left shoulder right there, head right there, and then a right shoulder right there, and it broke out almost perfectly. Okay, so I was very happy to see Ethereum play out. We actually got into Ether right around with an average of 254. So we're currently up a little bit to, let's see, 254 right there, about like 1.3, 1.4% or so. Really not bad for 24 hours of work, right, guys? Let's see what else we're looking at here. XZC, that's one of the coins that one of our community members requested. Let's see how XZC is doing. Okay, this one looks like it's taken off quite a bit over the last couple of days. It's already hitting critical resistance in this region right here. Somewhere around there, I would say. The reason why you can point that out, guys, is one, on the daily, it's already at the overbought territory of the RSI, but over here, you can see that XCC is right there, hitting support right there hitting support, and then over here testing that same area multiple times as resistance, right? So it only makes sense that it's going to hit that same area, probably retrace, okay? So your retrace points will probably be somewhere around this region. Let's see. Sometimes I just turn off my fibs for levels that I just want to see. So I would probably say anywhere in the pocket of 50 to 618 fib might be the retrace area that XCC Zcoin comes out to, okay? So anywhere between, say, the mid 1100s to high 1200s, this might be the area that you want to buy the retrace. Again, not investment advice. That's just something that, you know, if you want to look at a particular area, that might be it. And I bet you that there's some high quality, high volume nodes right around there too. Actually, there's really not. This is probably the biggest level right here. So in this region right here, 1470 all the way down to 1370 or so, this might be a high quality buy zone area too, which happens to be around the 382 fib. So if you happen to target some regions for XCC, it might be anywhere between the middle of 382 and 236 right here, and then down all the way towards the 50 fib. Okay, just something to look out for. See how BCH is doing. I really like BCH because it climbs so well. BCH is actually hovering right near its own resistance, right around this region right here. Okay. Like I said, guys, once you start understanding technicals, it really just does become a game. You can see that BCH is really just grinding through its big chop resistance area. I wouldn't be surprised if BCH, you know, once it breaks through this 470, 480 area, I would probably say it's going to head towards 650, 630 or so. Okay. I'm going to mark this out so you guys can come back and tell me if my prediction came through. Okay, that's one target, 630, and then somewhere around here or so, 680. Okay, so these two white markers are our big targets for BCH if it does get through 475 or so. Okay, I'm gonna check out EOS. Oh, and by the way, BCH, you can see right there on the VPVR, this is really the biggest block it has to get through. Once it gets through this area right here, I mean, it's just open waters right there all the way up here. Okay, something to keep in mind. And also on the RSI, it's really just floating in the neutral territory. It has a long way to go on the upside. So EOS, let's see how that one is doing. Whoops. EOS is actually, looks like it's kind of printing a bear pennant. That's what it seems like, at least. Like that. Not really liking EOS right here. I have a small position in EOS because, you know, I'm anticipating BTC to break to the upside. Okay, and if it does, most alts follow, even if they're in this, you know, negative structure right here. I wouldn't be surprised if I bet the Bollinger Bands are tightening on this thing. Let's see where the Bollinger Bands are, right there. Yeah, you can see the Bollinger Bands are also tightening on this thing. This just means that, you know, supply and demand are meeting prices at a very tight range, and you're about to hit a critical moment in EOS where price has to either break up or break down. I would say if BTC is going to break up, EOS will probably break up. But if BTC, you know, sort of moves like this, and then, you know, retraces and then has some sharp candles like that, I would not be surprised if EOS breaks down here below again towards $6 and, you know, 10 cents, or maybe even lower all the way down to 575 or 580 or so. Okay, so map out those levels for yourself, guys. You know, you have to be aware of all structures on different time frames to be able to take trades in and out. Okay, if you're gonna be a trader in this market, you must be careful about what position you get in, when you get in, and when you want to get out. So if you were to buy into EOS, okay, right now, which again, I cannot advise you to do so or not, but this would not be the wise spot. I would probably say break of 675 might be the area, and then your target should be somewhere around here, 728. Okay, so 675 from here to here, that's about it's a very good 7% gain, you know. And why do we say that? Because you can see that this was a huge support right here, okay, in the same region, where EOS then finally went up, shot up, and then broke back down with one green candle right around that same area, but then eventually just capitulated down. Okay, so this area is probably going to have a lot of resistance, anywhere between 715 all the way to 730. Okay, keep that in mind. I did talk about this yesterday. I mentioned that Tether market cap has had some unique pulls on BTC US dollar. Tether just printed another $150 million yesterday or 2 days ago. Okay, so I would not be surprised if the price of BTC catches up towards the Tether market cap and pulls prices up. So again, I'm leaning fairly more bullishly still on BTC, and I still do think that we have a decent amount of upside left, especially the fact that we recovered so swiftly from 7.6. I was honestly thinking that we would break down further, and we still possibly can. I mean, if we do not break past 8,200 and then we get shot down to 7,600, I can almost guarantee you that it's going to break. Okay, so this Wyckoff distribution schematic that I did on May 26th, people are asking me, is this invalidated? Is this invalidated? Guys, Wyckoff plays off on a bigger time frame. Okay, these lines don't mean anything. Okay, though this was looking very perfectly in terms of my movement that I drew, this plays out sometimes on monthly time frames, and sometimes it's multi-months, or sometimes it's close to a year. Okay, at least in the traditional markets it is. Over here, technically, you cannot disprove this Wyckoff until this area right here, this resistance that you see around 8,300, is broken to the upside. Okay, because then it would invalidate this last point of supply and this last point of supply right here, because we have broken critical resistance. So all this can still be a larger form of distribution. And this is why I'm so careful with my positions to not overload on them. You can see I'm only 3% in on all of these, okay? So even though the entire market is looking bullish and in the short term we look pretty good, I don't know if I can definitively say that we have invalidated this structure. Once I see the break of this area right here, guys, that $8,300 area, cleanly on some 6-hour candles, some daily candles, then I'm definitely bullish towards 9,000 and beyond. Okay, but until then, it's really just a sideways movement to me. All we've really done, other than this part right here, is move sideways between 8,300. 7,600 right here, again 8,300, 7,600, and now we're reaching up towards 8,300. If we just ignore this, sort of top region right here and this little shakeout bottom right here, okay, we're really just floating between 7,600 and 8,300. All right. I think that is it, folks. I'm gonna wrap it up here in a minute. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I did take a look at LTC. I took a look at BNB. I am still fairly confident in that LTC will make some big gainers in the next month or so. But I'll tell you one thing, guys. Once that halving comes, even a month close to the date, I would personally let go of your entire position, because you are going to get destroyed when the FOMO kicks in and the sellers really kick in and drive the prices down. I'm personally going to be doing that. So it's up to you if you want to or not. But, it would be wise to, as they say, buy the rumors, sell the news, right? So that's what I'm going to do, okay? I think that wraps it up, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Give us a like and a share. Come join the Cryptosomniac community. The link is just below. And I hope to see y'all real soon in the Cryptosomniac Moon Lounge right here, all right? Where we make tons of gains, as you can see, okay? So anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful Thursday, and take care of yourself. Stop focusing too much on the market. Stop getting stressed out, and life will be good, all right? Come join. Cheers.